Welcome, everyone. It's Mad, and today we're going to talk, or I'm going to kind of rant about the Eternatus Pass and try to help all trainers out there optimize their resources to pay as little as possible to get Eternatus. Let class be in session, and let's go. All right, I don't really want to spend too much time at the Max Finale event. We are currently do have a pass, and right now, at the very least, for the entire week, our maximum will be at least 1,600 max points. We're not entirely sure how much we're going to get for the max finale on the 23rd and 24th, but as long as you are able to play over the week, and I know a few trainers that are unable to, and this is really pressing for them, um, that at least for the Dark Skies, if you are able to max out, you're going to be able to get to level 35, which will allow you to get to the max finale. If you're very careful with everything, you should be able to get to level 60 for free. But if you are free to play and you're not able to, or you have not done like 2 or 3 days worth of the pass, you're going to have a lot harder trouble. This is where my rant's going to really start. Normally, for these passes, a lot of the times we're going to be able to, at the very least, grind through collecting Pokemon. And for this event, we're unable to do so. And the greed of Scopely is starting to show and bare its teeth a little bit here, which I'm not a fan of one bit. Every single one of these requires either max points or a pass, either remote or local. And for the local raids, when a 1 star is 10 points, 3 stars 15, and a 5 star is 25. The optimum easily is going to be going against Semicenta and Zacian. I'm okay with that, obviously. The point of this event is really to be going for Zacian Semicenta for the raid passes, and that makes an awful lot of sense. But what I have a problem with is that the only other ways to earn points during this is doing Gmax, Dynamax battles. And what's interesting is doing 5 star or 4 star, 5 star Dynamax or Gigantamax battles are not the optimal way to get your passes up as quickly as possible. How so? A 800 max points gets you 25 if you do a Gmax battle or 4 or 5 star Dmax battle. These are tougher battles, but if you got a good group, you can bang these out fairly quickly. But at 750 max particles, you are at 30 points by just doing 1 star Dynamax battles, which will not be likely very available during Saturdays and Sundays. And even for 30 points, you get using 800 max particles or 2 battles at the 2 or 3 star. These are the optimal plays. The most optimal is the 1 star. The second, very close to it, is the 2 or 3 star. And suboptimal is the Gmax. And this is just backwards to me. And they did it this way to basically force trainers to either not do what they're basically advertising and going, hey, we've got special backgrounds for the Gmaxes. You want to fight Eternatus, which is going to be a Gmax battle, I believe, for the 25 points. And honestly, if it doesn't count doing a Eternatus battle for the Go Pass, then this is really messed up. And actually, the more I think about it, I'm kind of scared because it's supposedly a Eternatus battle and it's not part of there. But let's just assume it's a Gmax and they're not being absolutely asinine. So with the limit right now, we have maxing it out on that 35. We still need 25 more ranks to get to 60. So that's 250 points. What we can do at the very least is you should be able to get all these events and build up your way with and saving whatever max points we can get through the free pass in August if you haven't spent them already. I already spent mine doing the other Gmax activities for Butterfree partially. And there was some the free rewards if you were able to get the codes in time. And that actually was able to net you 1,600 if you were able to save them out. But even ignoring that, if we go for 2,400 on Friday, you should be able to squeak out another 2,200 for each of the 2 days. Say that that's going to be 3, 5, 6, 7, 8 battles at least, maybe 9. So 8 battles, even if we just do Gmax, that right there is going to get us to the 240 plus the free passes each day, 2 passes you could have on Saturday. There's enough right there. And even if we go 240 plus another 75, so that's 31. So if you're at 29, you can easily get there. With your community leaders, we should be able to get 800 each day. So that's another 50. And if not, be part of the campfire. But if you're not ranked 24, we might be able to squeak a few more on top of that. Maybe rank 20, let's say. It's going to force trainers to somewhere spend, and it'll be cheapest to do 5-star raids, but it's going to force trainers to spend money to get Eternatus. And that FOMO is going to drive a lot of trainers to spend if they require to. And that's just not right for even the quote-unquote free Go Pass or free battle passes throughout. There's been a lot of outcry in the shooting arena where these battle passes require you to play so long in order to get the good stuff without buying skips or buying additional things to allow you to unlock them faster. And I really don't want to see Pokemon Go going to those tactics. Right now, they could say, look, as long as that you play every day and get through all the tests each day, it is free to get Eternatus, and it technically is. But this is a bad path, and I really want to make sure that trainers understand that this could be the path that we're going to see from here on out, and to understand what that could potentially mean down the line. So, how do we get optimal play on the weekend to do our best to avoid this? At level 20, and that's going to be the first major win or the major target for the Go Pass. One of the boosts is all Pop Max power spots will give you 820 MP, or at least 800, and then you should get the 20 as long as you haven't visited that MP within the day. So for at least collecting max MP each day, you're going to want to do a max power spot at 820. Then you're going to do 2 walking max particles at 30 MP each. So that's get you up to 1420, and then finish it with another max power spot at 820. And that itself will get you to around 2,300. And I do know that there are slightly more optimal, because if you do 5 walking, you get 1,500, and then you could do the 820, which will get you to a little higher. And if you want to do that, that's fine. But for most trainers, this will be enough. Yes, if you want to eke out just a little bit more, you can do that. And more importantly, on Friday, make sure that before you get that 820 MP, assuming you are level 20, if you're not level 20, the best you're going to be able to do is around 1,700 or 1,800, basically, MP. Is by, if you're above level 20, where you have the max power spots at 820, you're going to want to be at around 1480. Then you get the 820, so that's going to get you around 2,300 MP right there. If you're under, you're going to want to do your walking, and you want to fill it right at the just before you max out. Also on Friday, don't spend your raid pass, your free raid pass, unless if you have 2 because you missed one of those days. And that will give you 3 free raid passes where you'll get your 75, and you go only after semi-sensitization. Right now, I expect almost all PowerPoints to be only 5 stars, but with the way this is, if you really need to max out, obviously you're going to want to do the 1-star Dynamax battles, but I think most of us are only going to be doing Gmaxes. And if you need to do any type of spending, focus on the 5-star raids. These are the cheapest path per rank. You can get them fairly cheaply, either through money or coins. And to get to target 60, you need to get 600 points total. And it is still doable on the weekend by only doing raid passes, as long as you have a group of 3 or 4 overall. My target is to get to rank 88, as I will be probably doing Gmax battles because I'm looking for backgrounds. I just love backgrounds. And on top of that, I will be focusing more on Zacian and Zamazenta. Personally, I think those are still the Pokemon that we're going to be hunting for more. Eternatus is awfully expensive. If you are really wanting to level up your Eternatus, my advice is it's going to save you a lot of money going to the deluxe pass instead of just the standard basic pass. One, it does give you a lot more MP particles, but two, if you really want to level up Eternatus, you're going to gain over 6,000 candies this way, which even with the 2x and if we get 120, the best that we're going to see is 240 candies per Eternatus kill or Eternatus win. And with that, that's going to save you 25 roughly 5-star or 800 MP for max particles. And that's just an awful lot of quote unquote value for the amount of candies that you get. But in order to get all those candies, you do have to get to rank 87. And those candies are 87 will get you the XLs, which you need for at least doing your max attack. On top of it, that'll get you to level 30 and max your attack. And then the battles that you're probably going to be doing with the free and with the Eternatus might get you close enough to level 40. With that, that's kind of my rant. I don't want to go any farther. I'm kind of depressed on how greedy and money hungry this event is, at least in my mind. If you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up and also subscribe. You can also join my community, and it will help me greatly. And on top of that, you will be featured at the end of the videos. You can also join my Discord. We try to make sure that everyone gets the links for the free research and the 200 MP that just came out within a couple hours ago. That will help free-to-play players as well. And our goal is to try to help out every trainer that we can. Also, if you join my community for $2.99 each month, I will make sure that you're in my friend groups and that I will invite you to Gmax battles within my community as well, especially now that they're going to be opened up to 100. This will be a lot easier for me throughout most of the day instead of just the last hour and a half, 2 hours of each time. So that's actually kind of cool for my end. But with that, I'm going to dismiss class. As I say, the more I've been talking about this, the sadder I am, and how that they're kind of making this event just a pure money grab. With that, I will try and do better next time. Thanks you all, and you all have a good day. Bye now.